I was gonna use that, but I'm too big. We're gonna be setting up 2 tents today. This is the first one. It's 8-person, supposed to be 10 feet tall, 15 by 15. After we get done with this one, we're gonna set up another one. This small one here. I usually like to have a tent for every occasion. This one, I'd like to bring with on like kayaking trips, able to fit in the backpack. I know I have it strapped to the outside of this one, but that's a small backpack. It'll fit inside a regular sized one. This one I like to have for like group camping trips. It's a lot easier to fit more people in it than to have a mid-sized one if it's just me and one other person going. I'll kind of be judging these tents based on how quick and easy they are to set up. A lot of tents these days are pretty simple and they're doing a good job of making them easier to set up, you know. So I'll do a time lapse of that, see how long it actually takes to set up and how easy it is, see if one person can do it by themselves. And then take a look at some of the features it has on the front here and see if those actually align with reality when it's all said and done. So we'll just get right to it then. Forgot a knife. Oh well. They didn't call me knife hands in high school for nothing. I'm gonna chuck this aside, but I'll clean it up later. I promise. Hey, it's like Christmas. It's wrapped with a nice little bow. 2 seconds. Double angle. I'm sure that looks great. Okay. Oh. Here's some stakes. They're nice and they're the metal ones, so that's nice. This must be the single pole in the single pole design of this tent. So I don't know the best way to stake this in, if it's going to be doing each corner opposite or if it's going to be going one after the other. I never said I was an expert on tents. I just like them. Get in there, pole. Ah, my foot. All right, here we go. There's probably gonna be terrible audio. Where's the middle of this thing? Hey, there's a hole. I don't know if that's good. You know, I'm starting to think these directions weren't clear enough. But this right here, this looks like a tent pole hole, if I ever seen one. I hope this is like reinforced because I feel like that is gonna wear through this eventually because this fiber is like easy to pull apart. Yeah, so that's cool, but like I said, that looks like just wrong. there's another weird drawback, is being a cone, it's kind of hard to reach the zipper. But I think she's done now. Hey. Before we go any further, I'm stupid, I'll admit it. But there's also two important things to go over right now. I did find this in the bag. It's a little wonky right now, but I'm sure it'll straighten out. So this will go on the bottom of the pole here so it won't poke a hole through the tent. So I won't have to get a piece of plastic or anything like that. So the second thing that is probably the largest drawback of this tent. So if you look up, you can see that there's a rain guard, but there's no bug guard. You can go from inside the tent up here to outside the tent, and so can mosquitoes. Being that it's at the very top, like that, they can fly straight up there. And the idiots aren't going to know how to go back the way they came, so they're going to come straight down into the tent, which is a huge drawback, because I don't know if you've ever tried to sleep in the woods while mosquitoes are eating your
peach.
As far as setup goes, setting it up was really easy. If I were to rate it out of 10, I'd give it like an 8. It would be a 10 if it weren't for all the guy lines on the outside, but those are kind of necessary, so I still give it an 8 for an easy setup. Let's see. So the first thing that you notice on here is that it's an 8-person tent. If you look around, I'm sure you could squeeze 8 people in here, but honestly, unless you're sleeping with 4 couples, it's gonna be a little weird. I can see maybe 4 people sleeping in here comfortably, 8 people uncomfortably. The height is pretty good. I mean, you can't walk too far towards the edge before you start having to duck, you know? So, me being 6 foot, standing right next to the center pole, I can step out this far before my head hits the wall. So, not a whole lot of space between me and the pole here. So 2, about 2.5 feet. That's pretty nice. It does have the gear hanger. However, I'm not exactly sure where you use it or how you use it. I might just be dumb. I probably won't be needing it anyway. If you do need to run an extension cord in here, there is the E-port over there, and that really won't compromise the tent very much, but that all doesn't really matter when you got that giant hole on the top. I really won't know if any bugs will get in here unless I use it, but I'm fairly confident they'll find their way in here. Multiple window options, that is nice. There are these clear windows here that you can open if it's raining, so you can still have sunlight in here. If it's raining, you can still look out. You can have them open when you're sleeping if you like to wake up to the sunlight. Then they have these windows here. These ones are the ones that you can secure to the ground with guy lines to kind of make an awning. Sleepability, like I said, 4 people, so I would give it a 5 out of 10 just because it advertises 8. And then for the overall quality of the tent, there are a lot of things that seem kind of cheap about it. I don't know if you can see this, but there's this here. It kind of just feels like duct tape. It's a really cool looking tent, and I feel like it would be fine to sleep in for a couple nights, but it would just be that hole up there letting all these bugs in. So that's it for this tent. I'll probably set up the other one here and see how that one is before I take this one down. Next tent This tent, like I said before, is one of those tents that I'd bring with if I were going on like a kayaking trip to a campsite or hiking. A lot of state parks have hike-to sites, and having a tent that can fit in a backpack really easy and isn't super heavy is gonna be really nice. This one is a Wenzel tent. It says since 1887, so if they haven't got it together by now, then it says it can sleep up to 2. Again, if you're a sardine, you'll sleep comfortably with the second person in this tent. It doesn't make a lot of bold claims or anything besides that California says that this tent will give you cancer. 48 inches by 37 inches by 82 inches. Should be plenty of space. So I think I tried to set this up indoors once, but I don't think you can. I think you need to set it up on solid ground. And I don't think this tent was very expensive either. I think it was like 40 bucks on Amazon. So you can tell the quality of the tent is really good just by looking at the fibers of it. Setup and takedown I'd give it a 9. There's easier tents to set up than this one, but when it comes to like the classic just stakes and poles, it's really easy. But yeah, like I said, you could probably only fit one person here comfortably unless you're together. But even still, if your girlfriend or boyfriend is claustrophobic, this is gonna be an issue. Sitting up is kind of hard, depending on where you are in the tent. Pretty much everywhere in the tent is hard. Packing in, packing out, really simple. Fit in a backpack, it'll be a nice place to sleep.